Hi, this is TJR, and I wanted to share some thoughts on the nature of Prince's death. I don't like this channel to become too much of a downer, but there are some serious thoughts that I wanted to share with you. Hi, this is TJR, and 2 days ago we finally got news as to how Prince died. Now, toxicology tests show that Prince died from an accidental overdose of a drug called, and I hope I say this right, opioid fentanyl. And now, I have to tell you, back when the news first broke that he had died, I thought the nature of his death was strange. He seemed far too young. There had been no previous news about, suffering from cancer like with David Bowie. And also the nature in how the body was found, just something didn't seem right to me. And I did have a feeling at that time that we would find out that there was some kind of either legal or illegal use of prescription drugs involved. Not unlike what happened with Michael Jackson and Elvis Presley, who used these drugs not for recreation, but to be able to function from day to day. Now, this kind of addiction follows a pattern. At first, you are using them just as a sleep aid. But then, as time goes on, you need stronger and stronger doses, until you also need something to wake you up too. In time, those doses get stronger and stronger, until it becomes an out-of-control addiction. Now, while not all the details on Prince are in, it is believed that the reason for his use of this drug was also not recreational, but in this case, for pain management. And apparently, he suffered from knee and hip pain from years and years of performing. Now, if this turns out to be true, it would not surprise me in the least. Now, I am not a music superstar. I can't imagine what the pressures of performing night after night can be like for someone who is at that kind of, superstar status. But through my own experiences as a working musician, I think I can at least begin to imagine or have an inkling of what it might be like. Now, back when I was a working performing musician, I was playing solo cover gigs and fronting a cover band 3 to 4 nights a week. I was also working a part-time day job to help make ends meet. I was also trying to promote my own original music projects too. I would work at a day job, come home, and then immediately get on the phone, start making business phone calls, being my own booking agent and promotions guy, and playing as many gigs as I could at night. Not being able to get to sleep was always a thing. Trying to get a nap in after working during the day before playing at night was a thing. Being too wound up after playing the gig and trying to get to sleep because I had to get up the next morning to go to work was a thing. I remember I would sometimes get very paranoid about getting sick. And I would think to myself back then that if I was just playing guitar, it wouldn't make a difference if I got sick. But I had to sing too. And your physical health affects your vocal health. And I would worry. Trying to sing puts a strain on your voice. I should say trying to sing while you're sick puts a strain on your voice. And I would worry that, what if singing while sick caused me to strain my voice even further, and that this would affect my ability to play other gigs that I've scheduled? And now, remember that these were cover gigs, and I would be singing 3 to 4 hours a night. Now, I wasn't taking any drugs, but I do remember feeling a certain amount of pressure and paranoia about getting sick. Because when you are a musician playing working gigs, you can't call in. Doing so can seriously jeopardize your ability to get future work. So now increase what I just told you a couple hundred times, maybe more. If you are a major movie star, you have an agent, you probably have a manager to help find you work and negotiate public appearances. You have an accountant to manage your finances. But you go to work, you do your job, And you don't have to be responsible for the production and financing and employees of the motion pictures that you appear in. But being a major music superstar is not a singular thing. It takes huge teams of employees to make things happen. It takes a team to get an album recorded and produced. It takes a huge team of people to make a major concert tour happen. It takes a team of people to promote an album while you are on that tour promoting that album. And at the end of the day, it is you, the music superstar, that ends up paying for all that. These teams of individuals that I just mentioned are your employees, and they are relying on you. And then there are scores of people whose jobs can be affected even if they are not directly under your employment. If you can't perform, the venues that book you, they're out the money. They have to refund those tickets back. If you can't perform, the vendors who sell concessions at those venues are out of luck too. When you are a superstar at the level of Prince or Michael Jackson or Taylor Swift, you are also a large business. And if you can't perform, there are going to be hundreds of people, if not more, and I'm being conservative with that number, there's going to be hundreds of people who are not going to get paid. People who, just like you, are depending on a weekly paycheck in order to take care of their families. So while I have never been a music superstar, I can begin to imagine and begin to have some inkling of what that kind of pressure might feel like. And if you are watching this, I hope that some of that can be communicated before you start rushing to judgment on how that kind of pressure can end up killing a music superstar. This is TJR. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe to the channel. Bye. Hi, this is TJR, and thank you so much for watching the channel. Coming up next in a couple of days is going to be an in-depth analysis of a single song, and that song is going to be Lionized by the Eagles. So be watching for that video. See you next time.